It all comes down to how you promote and market your digital product. This is the difference between you actually making sales or it being a complete flop and waste of your time. The issue is all of the gurus gatekeep this information. They keep it inside $500, $1,000 marketing courses because they don't want you to know how to market your digital product. Well, that stops today because I'm showing you my completely free organic strategy. You don't need to use ads, and I'm going to show you exactly how and where you should be promoting your digital product. This is a banger of a video and you're going to want to stay to the end. Let's get into it. Hi friends, I'm Rochelle. I'm a 6-figure digital product coach and mentor, and I help you start and grow your own digital product businesses with the help of AI. Now, if you have a digital product, you probably know that the toughest part is marketing. You don't know what platform to be posting on. You don't know what actually to be posting. And a lot of the time when you start, it can feel like you're just putting content out there. It's just going into a void. You're not getting any sales and you're wondering if you're doing this whole thing right. So today we're going to go through every single platform and how you can be marketing your digital product without spending any money on ads. Just before we jump in, I want you to know that ads actually aren't your enemy. I don't recommend starting with ads, but once you get going with your content, it's a great way to make more money without having to be glued to social media all the time. But that's for another video. Let's get straight into this. And the first thing I need you to know is that while you can make the prettiest product in the world, if no one sees it, it just won't sell. And that's why creating is only one piece of the puzzle. And even when you buy MRR or PLR courses, which take care of the creating for you, you still need to learn how to actually sell your product, which is why it's so important. And actually, creating is only 20%. Marketing is the other 80% because that is what is going to make you money and make you sales. So let's quickly clarify what the difference is between marketing and selling. They go hand in hand and you need both of them. They do slightly different things. So marketing is all about getting visibility. And just in case you're wondering why you should listen to me, I have over 15 years experience of marketing, not just digital marketing, all types of marketing. I've worked with the biggest brands, Nike, Facebook, Dyson, so many, Amazon was one of my biggest clients for a long time. So I know what marketing looks like, and marketing really is about building desirability for your product. People need to desire your brand, even if they can't afford it. Think about a brand that you can't afford that you love, okay? So for me, that used to be a brand like Louis Vuitton. I loved that brand. I wanted Louis Vuitton bag forever and I just could not afford it. And so that is marketing. Marketing had me brainwashed, okay? And even though now I can afford it, it's not something that I would spend money on. But anyway, marketing is about making your products feel desirable, and selling is about actually turning people into buyers, okay? So you need to get good at both of them, but you can start with visibility. So if you're right at the start, you just need to learn how to get your products out there and get people actually seeing your products so they can start buying. All right. Now I want to start off with Pinterest. This is a platform that a lot of people sleep on. People sleep on Pinterest. They think that you can't make sales on Pinterest and it's all about pretty mood boards and aesthetic images. And it is about that. But Pinterest is actually one of the only platforms that will reward you for linking people off the platform. So for Pinterest, every time you create a pin, there's a little field, there's a URL field where you can put in your URL so that when people click on that pin, they will go wherever you send them, whether that's to a blog post, whether that's to your sales page, your digital product landing page, your freebie page. And that is why I love Pinterest, because it is built to drive clicks. And the best way to use it is to grow your email list. So once you have a lead magnet, and I have an email training, I'll link it somewhere, it's amazing. Once you build your lead magnet, use Pinterest to drive clicks to your lead magnet. It is the best strategy for growing your email list. And we're going to come on to how you can use your email list to help turn your freebie downloaders into actual buyers. I also love Pinterest because it is so low effort. You can schedule, no word of a lie, about 100 pins in an hour or two. I can do it in about an hour. Most newbies probably need 2. And if you want that in a video, I want you to drop Pinterest or even pins in the comments, so I know that. And honestly, it is great for introverts. You don't have to be on Pinterest talking. You don't have to be talking to the camera. You don't have to be doing all of this, okay? So if all of this isn't a bit of you, Pinterest will work perfectly for you. And you can also repurpose your TikToks and your Instagrams there as well. I absolutely love Pinterest, and so I have given it a 4 out of 5 star rating. Okay, let's talk about TikTok, okay? My baby TikTok. This is where I started. A bit of background. I made my first 16K selling digital products on TikTok. Before that, I'd already made money on Etsy, but I knew that I wanted to take my business outside of Etsy for so many reasons. Check out another free training that I have below on why I think that you should be not selling on Etsy, especially not as your only platform, right? You need other platforms. So when I first started doing social media, it was on TikTok, and it took me so long to grow on TikTok. It took me like months to get my first 50 followers, and then I was able to get 1,000 followers really quickly because I started to understand how TikTok works. TikTok is great if you just want to set up your camera and start talking. If you want to talk to the screen, if you want to be that personality, TikTok is excellent, okay? You're going to get a lot of visibility. However, the thing is, it is high maintenance, please. TikTok is high maintenance. You need to be posting at least 3 times a day to get traction for a long time to grow your TikTok. Once you're at like 10, 20K, you can take it down a step, but it takes a while and it takes a lot out of you. It's also, you're really going to see the power of TikTok on your lives, especially when you first start out. So when you're going live and you're actually selling your product live, that is where I was making a lot of money. I actually made over £500 actually in one live, and I was on live for like 2-3 hours, so that was amazing. However, I don't know about you, but I don't have the social battery to be on live all the time, and so as soon as I stopped feeling like going on live, or I was still juggling my 9 to 5, I didn't have much time, my income went like this. So it was so inconsistent. So for me, TikTok is a recipe for burnout. You're going to have to post a lot if you want to use it as your primary platform. And so if you can't keep up with that algorithm, if you can't be posting 3 times a day, if you can't be doing trending little dances, then TikTok is not going to be the best platform for you. All right, so now let's talk about Instagram. Now, I've been on a journey with Instagram. I started trying to grow my Instagram late last year, and what I found is that Instagram was a slower growth than TikTok, okay? It took me longer to grow on Instagram, but the people that I was capturing and engaging with on Instagram were buying more, okay? So it took longer, but they actually had more purchasing power. So the purchasing power of an Instagram user is more than a TikTok user. And I honestly think, even though a lot of us are on TikTok, I honestly think that it's because it is still a slightly older demographic on Instagram in like overall, right? There's a lot of young'uns on TikTok, which is not always a bad thing. But anyway, Instagram had a higher purchasing power. And it's because also there is so many automations that you can use. I have an automation video, I link it here, where you can use ManyChat to pretty much automate all of your sales. And I love that about Instagram, and I wish you could do that on TikTok, but you can't. I'll tell you what I'm using for awareness in a minute, but I'm not using Instagram for awareness. I'm using it to nurture the audience that I already have. So I'm sending people from my YouTube to my Instagram. I'm sending people from my email list to my Instagram. I like people to watch my stories. I do quite a lot of stories, and that is where the selling really happens, okay? You're going to make a lot of money on your Instagram stories, especially when you use ManyChat, okay? The thing is that Instagram can feel very overwhelming, and it takes a while to grow, which is why I've given it a 3.5 out of 5, and I've said that actually it's not essential, okay? It really isn't. But what I've loved Instagram for is getting people on my email list as well as Pinterest. And the thing is, your email list is always going to be the most profitable thing, okay? So rather than me wanting just to get one sale, I would rather get people on my email list so I can grow a relationship with them and sell to them over and over again. And the reason why email really works so well, it's actually 40 times more effective than social media, any type of channel, is because you get this long-term relationship with people and you're not fighting the algorithm. I'm not fighting the algorithm when it comes to email, okay? This is my audience. I can send them an email whenever I want, and I am in control of whether they open that email because it's all about my subject line. So all I have to do is improve my subject lines, and people are going to open my emails, they're going to get to know me, and they're going to start buying my products. And that is what I have found. So email, talk to any business owner, watch any business coach. They will tell you that it's the most profitable channel. And this is why it's so important to have a lead magnet, and make sure you're promoting that lead magnet on Pinterest, or if you want to use Instagram and TikTok, promote it there. Use ManyChat and get people on your email list so that you can then send them an automated sequence. So like I say, I have training. I'm not going to go into this in too much detail, but just know that it's 5 out of 5, my forever fave. Okay, love email. Right, now let's talk about Facebook. So Facebook feels like a bit like, oh, do people still use Facebook? Surely not. Can't be bothered with Facebook. But I've actually found Facebook has its place, and it really depends on your audience. So for a slightly older audience and 35 plus, I'm pretty much in this age bracket, so I'm old as well. Actually 35 isn't old. Please disregard that. That is the sweet spot though. If you are talking to a millennial audience, you're going to want to use Facebook. Facebook works really well, and because it's integrated with Instagram, you can use the two of them really easily. Like you can post on one and it will automatically post on the other, which is pretty good. And also Facebook groups. Hear me out, guys. Facebook groups aren't dead. Facebook groups are not dead. I thought they might be before I started promoting my digital product. I did not even think of Facebook groups, but they work really well, and especially because a lot of them are niched down. So if you are going after a certain group, let's say you are promoting a product that is great for busy mums or great for people that are into a certain thing, all you need to do is find a group on Facebook that is about that topic, start posting, start becoming a valuable member of the group, and then you can start to sell your offers if the group allows it. And it's a great way to do it. I actually have a student that made 6k in revenue. She has a nutritional guide. It's all about well-being. She joined a nutritional group and it took off, guys. It really took off, and I was shocked. I personally was shocked. Even though we came up with a strategy together, I was shocked, and I was like, okay, Facebook group where it's at. Okay, had another client that made 20k just from Facebook as well. So 6k just in the groups. Another client that made 20k by posting on their in Facebook groups, but also on their like general posts as well. So really powerful, but it depends on the audience. Okay, so if you have an audience that is on Facebook and you know they're on Facebook, you've done your research, it is still a very powerful resource. Keep in mind though, guys, that school is coming for them. I don't know if you know about school. It's a place where you can host communities, have communities, sell communities. It's really good. I'm about to open a school group soon, so let me know in the comments if you want to be part of that. I'm going to offer mentorship. I'm going to be offering calls. I'm going to be offering templates, all of this stuff you see on YouTube, and so much more. You're going to love it. Drop school in the comments if you are excited for that. Okay, next one we are going to talk about is LinkedIn. Guys, LinkedIn is another one that is slept on. A bit like Pinterest, not a lot of people are seeing the opportunities in LinkedIn, but I see the opportunities in LinkedIn. It is great for professional audiences. If you are trying to reach any type of person to do with businesses or professions, so real estate, I've seen clients doing really well on LinkedIn. Legal services, I've got a client that is a paralegal and has created like a legal pack for other paralegals, and it works so well. so well. You don't need to post every day. Literally you can post 3 times a week and that is enough, as long as you're using story-based posts. Okay, so make sure you're telling a story and they're really interesting. Just make sure they're not dry and boring. So if you want to reach a professional audience, if you want to sell high ticket programs, if you also want to be in an environment that's less saturated, you know, Instagram's super saturated, TikTok is super saturated, this is a less saturated platform, and so you are going to love it. And so I've given it a 3.5, especially if you are going after high value audiences. If you just want high value audiences that are going to be paying over £1,000 for your coaching or for your courses, then I would give it a 5 out of 5. Okay, all right, so I hope you're still with me, because I'm about to come onto my favorite platform, which is YouTube. And believe it or not, I've only been taking my YouTube seriously for the last 3 months, and I have grown exponentially, like beyond any of my wildest hopes or dreams. So I thank you for even watching this video and being part of my journey. But just know, as someone that has tried TikTok, tried Instagram, tried Pinterest, still love Pinterest by the way, YouTube is my hands down favorite. Okay, I've called it my 2025 favorite, 5 out of 5. So why? Long form builds deep connection. And I know you've probably heard short form videos, make sure your video is less than 10 seconds or 5 seconds or even 3 seconds on Instagram. It's not about that on YouTube. YouTube is all about the long form and how you can really build a deep connection with people. And I love it. I feel like I can show so much more of my personality and my knowledge and my story on YouTube, which helps a lot of people. But you can also use shorts. If you're more into the shorter form content, use shorts, and that works really well. I hear gurus on here saying, don't use shorts to grow your YouTube. Well, I like shorts and they work really well for me. So I think you should try them too. And actually you get a really high quality buyer. I've not seen buyers such a high quality and so on it and ready to start their business since I started YouTube than I have before. Like, all of my buyers that I get through YouTube are like, come on, I want your coaching. Let's go. Let's do this. And I'm like, yes, let's do this. Whereas on other platforms, I don't get that same type of buyer. A lot of them don't quite understand business and they need a lot more nurturing. And I don't mind doing that, but actually I can help people that are ready to go. And that's what I find on YouTube. And it's just a great mixture of nurture and selling. I'm not actually actively selling on YouTube at all. I'm just giving lots of value. I'm nurturing and I am making sales every single day from YouTube. Don't underestimate this platform. It is amazing. And that is why if I was starting all over again in 2025, I'd only use Pinterest and YouTube. That's it. Pinterest for all the SEO optimized search traffic, and YouTube for growing my relationship, growing my awareness, being kind of my main channel. And then email, because email works for every single platform. That is what I would do. Like, that is it. And I would only post a couple of times a week. And so I just want to remind you that all roads, no matter what you choose, whether you choose YouTube and Pinterest like I recommend, or you choose other platforms, everything leads to your email list. I know I talked about email lists, but I have to talk about it again, right? So this is how it works. You post your content, whatever platform you want, you post your content. Then you more often than not drive people to your freebie. Sometimes you can drive straight through to your product, but in my opinion, it's much more profitable to get people to download your freebie first and get them on your email list. And this is where you send automated sequences, and this way you check out this training on how you can use email marketing, and then you sell. And you find that you can sell much better, much higher price, and even repeat customers. You'll get a lot of repeat customers because they've already been through this journey with you. They know you, they like you, they trust you, and they are then ready to buy from you. Okay, so every platform needs to go to your email list. Lead magnets are essential for email growth. Email really is where the sales happen. I get quite a lot of sales direct from YouTube, but I get the most sales when I use Pinterest or YouTube, get them through to my freebie, and then get them on my email list. And you own your audience, guys. You own your email list. No one can take it away. If a platform shuts down, if we get a drama with TikTok again or any other platform, Meta's about to have a huge lawsuit, guys. Meta is about to have a bankrupting lawsuit if it goes ahead. If these platforms close down, you will still have your email list. No one can ever take it away from you. So make sure you start building your email list from day one. Now, because you've got to this point in the video, I want to give you a special treat, which is a bit of an insight into some of the things you would expect in my coaching, because this is the stuff that you don't see everywhere else. And this is really a framework for how you set up your first 60 days promoting your digital product. The big thing that I want you to know is that you should be about serving for the first 60 days. I don't actually want you to worry about selling anything. I want you to serve your audience. I want you to do it authentically, and I want you to really put your all into it, because this is how you build relationships. Business is about relationship. Let me repeat that for you. Business is about relationships. Whether you're doing it faced, whether you're doing it faceless, if you do not build a relationship with your customers, not only are you going to not make sales, but if you do, you're going to make one sale and they're never going to come back. You're not going to have a thriving or soft life business if you can only convert your customers once. You're always going to be going and finding new customers, which is totally draining. So give value, build trust, solve problems for people. If you can't solve a problem for someone, you have no business selling a product. I'm telling you straight. So demonstrate your expertise, and then you can have a soft launch. You don't have to worry about chasing down leads or DMing people or doing any of that icky stuff. Okay, people will find you. You will attract your right buyers and your right customers. And so another gem is that you should only pick 2 platforms. Honestly, I stand by this. Mine are YouTube and Pinterest. Choose yours. Choose one for more long form and more nurture content, and one for kind of more short form and search driven content. That is what I would recommend. Okay, so make sure you choose one platform and focus on one product. Okay, go deep. Go deep, not wide. So don't choose loads of different platforms. Choose 2, go really deep, give it your all, really commit to it, and you are really going to see the difference. Okay, so with all of this, I think the next video you're going to want to watch is my Pinterest video. It's going to show you how to set up your Pinterest and how you should be using the funnel to get people onto your email list. I've also got my email video down below. You're going to love it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.